Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a Twitter DM bot using RoboMotion. This sequence looks daunting, but it's not. It's pretty simple. Simple once you've built it and it's working well. First of all, you need an inject sequence, which is here, okay? And then this is a loop. So it's going to loop through a spreadsheet and it's going to start with A1 and it's going to keep going until it runs out, okay? So you need to set a profile variable, and the profile variable looks like this. If you don't know coding, it's fine, neither do I. It's just you set this once and it just works forever kind of thing. So you need a couple of functions in here. You've got message.number equals 1, so that's going to be the number for your cell, like A1, A2, A3. And then you'll need message.row, which is A. And then it's going to add the message.number to the A, and it becomes A1. So it sounds complex, but it's not. So it just chooses the row, chooses the letter, and it pushes it together. From here, we need to do exactly the same, but we're setting the DM. And so we've got message.dm number, which is 1. Message.dm equals the column you're in, so this is going to be C, and it's going to add the C to the 1, and it becomes C1, okay? And then we want message.dm amount, and this is just going to be a counter, and it's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's just to count how many DMs you've sent so we can stop it. Otherwise, it might go on forever and get out of hand. So what this is looking at is here. Here is a spreadsheet, real simple. And I've got a Twitter profile in A. This is one of my businesses. And I've got a message in C. And that's it. There's nothing in B, and I've purely just done it to separate it, just so I've got a bit of space to work with. And in D, here, I've got a status saying sent or DM closed. DM closed means the DM button is missing and RoboMotion can't find it. It will error. But instead of stopping the whole sequence, it will just write DM closed. After it's sent, it will just update it was sent. Quite simple. And then what it does, so I'll start over again briefly, but I'll skip all of this. So it starts here, the inject, it sets the profile variable, so it's going to be A1. And then it's going to open a spreadsheet, which I've just looked at. It's going to get your profile. In the profile here, it's setting the value as message.row, so that's the cell it's going to get. And message.row is A1, which is your Twitter profile. And then it's going to get the message. The message was in D, so it's going to be message.dm. Message.dm is this cell here. Sorry, I said D, I meant C. So it's going to be C1. So A1 is your Twitter profile, C1 is your DM. From here, it's going to go to your browser, okay? So it's got a little skip function. I don't know what this is called, a go-to flow. And then it's going to go to your browser here. It's going to open your browser. And it's going to open a Twitter profile. The secret with this, to making it work successfully, is to use the data directory function, okay? And this will take your hard drive, and it will take a folder from your hard drive, and it will add the cookies to Twitter. So on the first time you run this, you'll have to log in, and it will just try to open a profile, and Twitter will say, hey, you need to log in. If you log in and you use the data function, it will set your cookies inside this folder. I think I've got mine open here, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see this is all of the waffle that RoboMotion puts in. I don't know what it means, really, but it works. That's the main thing. So once the cookies have been set, every time the sequence runs, it will just open it. Providing you don't change your password or clear your cookies out of the folder, it will just continue to run. Eventually they may kind of need resetting or whatever, but it takes 2 seconds. So it opens your profile, and it's going to open, where are we? The URL, so it's going to be message.account, and message.account was A1, and it's going to be this Twitter profile here, or whatever it is in your instance. Then it's going to wait for an element to display. Sometimes things can take a little while to load. Imagine you were browsing, your internet's running a bit slow or whatever, and different buttons may not appear straight away. If we go out to Twitter, and Let me just click on my link, actually, it'd be quicker. RoboMotion is going to wait for the page to load and is waiting for this button to load. And once this button loads, we are good to go. If the button doesn't load, it's just going to sit there and wait until it does. If it doesn't, it will just assume the DMs are closed and moved on to the next one. So here it's waiting for the element, and the selector I've done, it's already been set up. It's this selector here. So it's sitting there waiting for that selector to appear. And then it's going to go to sleep because we need to act like a human. No human loads up a Twitter profile, presses DM, pastes in a message straight away, closes and do the next one. If you do that, you're a spammer. Twitter will think you're a spammer and block you. So we need to go to sleep. And I've set this sleep for 12 to 17 seconds. So it's going to randomize every single time this sequence loads up. So no sequence will ever be the same. I've got various sleep stages in here to make it completely random as possible. Once the DM has loads, it's going to sleep. You need to click the DM and you're clicking on the selector it's already watched for. So it's this selector here. It's exactly the same one. So I've already done the hard work for you. It's this X path here if you want to copy and paste. And then it's going to wait for the text area to appear. If we go back to Twitter, and I've lost my link. I should be more organized, it would help. So it waits for this page loads. We click the DM. And it waits for this box to load here. Okay, so it's sitting and waiting. And then what it's going to do, it's going to click the DM box. As you can see here, wait for the text area. So it's waiting for it to load. And once it loads, it goes to sleep. And it sleeps again between 12 and 15 seconds. You can adjust these whatever you like. If you take it down to the minimum to make it run faster, Twitter will probably catch on and ban you, but that's up to you. Then it's going to type a message, but it's going to click the selector in the message box and it's going to take the message from the Google Sheet. So message.dm. Message.dm, if you remember rightly, is here. So it's taking it from this part here. You can write in whatever you like. What I recommend you do for this, just going on a brief tangent, is when you do your messaging, make them slightly different so each one isn't repetitive or looks like a bot doing it. So get ChatGPT to write you 10 variations of the same message and then see which one works best and then make it less rigid, but human looking. And then what it does now, once the message is successfully sent, it updates your spreadsheet and says sent. Okay, and that is this part here. Then it's going to go to sleep again between 15 and 30 seconds this time. So you send a message and then it will just hang around for a little bit. And then it's going to go to a kill switch. Okay, so up here I set the DM amount and it was the count. Remember when I said it will go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and keep counting. And what this is doing here, the kill switch will stop the sequence every 25 messages just to keep your account safe and to prevent you from getting banned. I'm not sure the overall limit of Twitter. You may be able to go further. I've not really pushed it to ban territory, so I just thought I'd keep it as 25. It's the same as Instagram as well. It's quite simple. And then so what happens here, if you send 25 messages, it will just go to a stop sequence and stop the whole flow. If you're under 25, it will continue. Okay, so you can see here, if it equals 25, stop. Or if it equals or less than 25, it will continue. And then it will stop. And then what it's going to do here, it's going to go to the next profile. And it's going to go over here. And then it's going to +1 to everything. So your cell number will be A2. And then your message variable will be C2. And then your DM amount will be in 2. And then I think I've got this one in here, status amount. I don't think this actually does anything. What did I do? I think what I did is I was counting the amount of cents. It's not really important. So you can probably skip these two. They are irrelevant, or you can put them in. me just briefly look. So message.status update number. Yeah, I was counting. Oh yeah, I've even written it. This here is counting. So it's a variable. Yeah, so if you want to count how many sends you've done or how many DM closed, is you can do it. Then it's going to go to sleep, and then it's going to start all over again. But this time it's not going to set the profile variable. It's going to go straight to open spreadsheet. It's going to get the next profile. So every time this loops around, it just adds a 1. That's the important thing to remember. And it's going to go A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and just go down that row. Over here, we've got DM closed. And DM closed will trigger if it cannot find the DM box. So some people say, they don't allow you to DM them, and some people do. If the DM box is available, it's great. It's going to carry on working. If it's not available, it's going to error. Where are we? You can see this has been once you start looking at this for a while, your eyes go funny. Wait for DM. And then, yeah, here we go. So on the wait for DM here, if it errors, it's going to go to the catch error here. And then it's going to update the correct profile to DM closed, just so you know. I've got a little debug on here just to catch it in the console outputs here. And then it's going to go to your next profile over here and start all over again. So this will work on a continuous loop. And I'll just show you how it works quick. So I've got my profile here and I've got my message, and I'm just going to send the one message. So let's go back to RoboMotion. And I'll run this and it will fire up Chrome. It's going to get the profile, get the DM. Fires up Chrome. We'll go to primarily Twitter. And then it's waiting for this box to appear. And if it finds, it's going to move on. But remember, I've got all the sleep functions in just to make it look human. Load the profile and it will paste the message in here. Eventually, there we go. And then I don't have any more profiles, so RoboMotion is going to error. It's going to sleep. As you can see here, and it will go through the next profile and it will stop. I'm just going to end this here just because we don't need to see that bit. But anyway, if you've got a list of profiles, it will just go on to your next one. It will close the browser and it will start all over again and go on a continuous loop. So that is how to build it. I know it's a bit of a crash course and it looks daunting, but if you copy these bit by bit and then you go to Twitter and you get the correct XPaths, it takes a bit of trial and error. I've shown you the most important XPaths and you can build it. It's pretty simple. Or if you don't want to build it and you just want a shortcut, I am selling the template below in the video. Let me know what you think. Cheers.